What's up, y'all? What's up? Let's talk DFS. Give y'all some time, man. What time is it? Right at 2:30. I told y'all 2:30. I'm right on time. I'm all about my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit up everybody on Twitter. Make sure the Twitter family knows to come join us. What up, Cam Jaquan Walker? What's up, or Waller? Sorry, my bad, Waller. What's up, or Waller? See, you hear me? All right, I'm going to share this. Yo, Zachary, what's up, man? Banks Larry, what's up? What up, Cam? How you living? I'm great, man. I am great. We announced this shit on Twitter so everybody on Twitter doesn't get mad at me because I don't let them know. What's up? All right. Hey, what Vincent? What's up? Joe Mar, what's up, man? Drop that like down below. Baez or LeMahieu? Baez. 2:30 right on time. Hey, man. I try. What up, man? How it been? Everything's great, Brett. Appreciate it. I do have interest in May. I do kind of like the cheaper guy going against Texas, the lefty. But we're going to get into that in a second. Let me announce that. Boom, that's announced. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Let's get into this, man. First base, my favorite first baseman is probably Paul Goldschmidt. That's who I've been landing on the most. You could also go Jake Lamb, who has a good history versus our boy John Bray. Lefty-righty matchup in Coors. That's also a good option. Are you prioritizing Coors or going outside? I'm going outside of Coors in cash, to be honest. I'm going New York, Chicago, some St. Louis. Those three teams are my favorite. New York, St. Louis, and Chicago. The matchup for Chicago is kind of being slept on, and I'm hoping it is. What's good, Cam Bubba? What's up, man? Jay Brown, what's up? What pitcher should you go with on the 10 o'clock game? Which game is the 10 o'clock game? Let me look. All right, so for this game, I would go McKay for sure. McKay. We do have rain in Chicago. Let's go ahead and brush up on weather. I don't think anything's going to be postponed, though, so rain's not going to affect bats. Let's check out weather real quick. I put that down so y'all don't hear me gulping out my water. All right, so we have a flash flood watch. That's not a good look, but around game time, it's looking like it should be fine. So they're going to play. Chicago's fine. Detroit, Seattle's one we want to watch because we like Matthew Boyd. They could delay. I don't know. We'll have to keep a look at it. If something end up happening there, just go down to May. But I think they should be fine in Detroit. Really, there's nothing that's going to postpone today. I'm not seeing any postpone. Yeah. I'm not seeing any postpones, guys. I think everything's fine. What up, Cam? First timer. Appreciate the advice. Sean, what's up, man? Welcome to the squad. Fire up a like for your Cam. Hell yeah, man. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you hate me, drop a dislike. It's all good. Osman Hernandez, what's up, man? Cam, you've been on Aaron Judge jockstrap for weeks. Okay. So, I mean, this is DFS, man. And it feels like, the moment everybody hops off of Aaron Judge in a great matchup is going to be the moment he double donks, and I'm going to have it. He's facing a lefty. His whole career, he's matched lefties. They're at home in New York, top projected total, and it makes sense. I love New York. There's just no reason to fade Aaron Judge. A guy with his capabilities at only 4.4 is just too cheap, period. I mean, if you want to go like Aquino instead and pivot off of him, that's fine. But Fanduel cash starting pitcher. All right, so let's take a look at Fanduel real quick. I know we have multiple people who watch these live shows who are here for Fanduel. So let's go ahead and break that down real quick, and then we'll get back to talking some DK stuff. All right. So for pitching over here on Fanduel, we got Matt Boyd at 10-4. Flaherty's 8-9. Dustin May at 5'8 is the choice. May at 5'8. Peace. Dustin May at 5'8 is my lock over on Fanduel. Love him at only 5'8. That's crazy. Over here on Fanduel, Chris Bryant's only 3'8. Let's go over some value guys that really stick out. Brian Dozier at 2'3 really sticks out. I do like some Washington today against Wood. He struggles a lot versus righties, and Brian Dozier throughout his career has matched lefties. Dozier and Howie Kendrick are some good parts of that Washington offense that are only 2-3 and 2-4. I mean, super value. I mean, you could even get Boyd with some of this value on the slate today, to be honest with you. Matt Carpenter's only 2-9. You guys know how I feel about St. Louis today, especially the lefties against Sparkman. Fire him up, no problem. Van Meter's only 2-5 against a bad righty. Chris Bryant, 3.8 is fairly cheap. Castellanos, 3.5 is fairly cheap. I'm not expecting Smoke to dominate Lynn like he just did the dude yesterday. Aguilar is an option at 2.7 versus a lefty. Winker is only 3,000. So, I mean, you could really pay up for your favorite overall pitcher, whoever you think is going to score the highest, and that would be Boyd. So you could easily go Boyd and then get bats that you want on this slate, to be honest with you. I'm scared of Judge. A lot of people are. And I know you guys are scared of Judge. And look, at the end of the day, if you don't want to go Judge, then pivot off of him. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's completely fine if you want to pivot off of Aaron Judge, okay? Just let me explain to you what I like to do in DFS, okay? Now, let's say Aaron Judge was over 5,000 today. I would 100% be with you guys. No reason to pay that, okay? But at 4-4 in a plus matchup against a lefty, at home in New York, highest total on the slate, only 4-4. He's due. Like, the way I see it is the way Judge has been playing lately, he's due for a home run. That's kind of how I see it. With all of these down games and all of this just mediocre, you know what I'm saying? Judge is due for a blow-up. You know what I mean? And when he's 4-4, I'm not going to be off of him that day. If he ridiculously goes over like 5K, then I'm okay with that. But, of course, I'm going to promote Judge. As long as he's ridiculously priced, we know what his potential is. So, of course, I am. Someone was shouting you out, said you helped him buy his house. That's what's up, man. I have gotten a lot of pictures of like new cars and stuff that people have been able to buy through DFS and stuff like that. So that's cool, man. That's what we grind for. That's what we do it for. We don't do this shit just to have a tiny little bit of pocket money. We're doing it to like pay bills and really like make life a lot more stress-free. Still on Pannone? Yes, I am. Or Pannone. Can somebody explain to me how to pronounce his name? Is it Pannone or Pannone? Gleyber Torres, Sanchez, Ursula, Judge, take your pick. Stack Yankees. Exactly. No, love Yankees. Totally on board with you, boy. Yankees or Cubs for cash, only making one cash lineup. I would go Yankees, but I like sprinkling cash guys in and St. Louis guys in. Like, my favorite lineups that I've built today have had New York, St. Louis, and Chicago together. To be honest, I haven't been having much cores, to be completely real with you. We have two decent pitchers today. Neither of them are bad. May is min-priced on Yahoo. Yeah. Fire him up over there. Fanduel, he's ridiculously cheap. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of making you do it. Is DFS your job career? No, that would be sweet. I am way too busy to do anything else. I started a business. By the way, Greenlight DFS is officially, I got my paper. It's been trademarked, but I officially got my paperwork in the mail yesterday. That's pretty awesome. Greenlight DFS is officially trademarked. We had people starting to pop up with Greenlight DFS using the name to fucking profit off of and shit. Well, you know how these providers can be. So I had to make sure that was, done. So now if they use it, I can get some moolah off of them. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can use it if you want. Use the name if you want. But I'll send that cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? And I'll try to get some money off of you if you have money. I'll try to get whatever I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you slide. No more letting people slide. What's up, Cam? You like any Toronto bats today? No. I'm not playing Toronto against Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn has been very, very solid. I'm not trying to do any of that. Any Milwaukee? Not really. I haven't been much on Milwaukee, to be honest with you. What's interesting to me is Anderson is very, very cheap. It's against Minnesota, so that's pretty damn scary. You know what I mean? But Chase Anderson, we know what type of K rate this dude has. So if he can get like 8 Ks, regardless if he gives up a few home runs, he could be decent as an SP2 option. I'm going Pannone as SP2, and I'm going Matt Boyd as SP1 most likely. I was in a cover band for years. Our name was Cease and Desist. That's what's up. What's up with Perez on Fanduel? What do you mean, what's up with Perez on Fanduel? Thank you. CL Smooth, what's up, man? You like an LA Dodgers stack? I am not stacking Dodgers tonight. The offenses that I'm getting exposure to tonight is New York, Chicago, St. Louis. What was the other one? Maybe a few Arizona guys, like some cheaper ones, like Lamb is interesting. But mainly Chicago, St. Louis, New York. Those are the 3 offenses I want exposure to. Urshela, Torres, and Tauchman all homer. Love Gleyber Torres and only 4.4. Love them. That's another thing. These New York bats, not only are they in a good spot, but their prices are fairly sweet. Like Gary Sanchez is only 4.3. Judge is only 4.4. Torres is only 4.4. All of these dudes are well priced for an offense that I love. One course bat in cash from Colorado. Who would it be? A Colorado bat in cash? Probably like Daniel Murphy, lefty-righty matchup at a fair price. I would prefer Lamb on the other side, though. What about Detroit low owned? All right, let's what up, everyone? Wait, what's up, man? What is this shit? Oh, I thought our fire alarm was going off or something. Anyways, okay, Detroit. All right, let's check out Detroit. So they're going against Kikuchi. The dude's bad versus righties and lefties. Has a solid K rate versus lefties, but really we want the righties, and we're going to have a ton of them. This whole entire lineup is going to be batting right-handed, which is definitely interesting. You got Reyes, Goodrum, Cabrera. Those guys are Ronnie Rodriguez is batting, projected to bat 6. He hits a 243 ISO versus lefties. Rogers will be batting at the bottom of the order. He's been raking in his small sample size against. So, yeah, there's a few guys that I'd be interested in. And GPP only, though, there's no reason to. What up, Cam? You got in what did I miss? Pretty much I just talked about my favorite offenses that I like, which is New York, Chicago, and St. Louis. Those are the 3 lineups I love. Rodriguez at 5, love it. The only way I play Detroit, though, is in GPP. What else have we talked about? We talked about weather. Should be no postponements. Should be all right, no matter what. Keep an eye on Detroit because we want Matthew Boyd, and there's a little bit of rain concern. Drop a like down below if you haven't already, by the way. If you're new to the channel and have never watched me before, welcome. Subscribe to the channel down below. I go live every single day. At least I try to. The only way I won't is if maybe I break my leg or something. Maybe I won't feel like it then. Cam, what's up, bro? What's up, Tweezy, baby? And on the weekends, I don't because I spend more time with family on the weekends. I try to, Padres righties. I really like Manny Machado, but I'm getting fucking tired of him. You know what I mean? Every time he faces a lefty, I'm like, shit. I mean, matchup's there, man. And he does. He sucks. He's going to blow up eventually, though. Kind of like the same thing I think of Judge. He hasn't been that great. Him and Machado have not been that great, but they're due to get back to reality soon. Arizona does not have a good history against great. Lamb does. Jake Lamb does. I'm not playing Arizona or Colorado, to be completely real with you. I've mentioned it multiple times. New York, Chicago, St. Louis is my main go-tos. There's some good Chicago bats that mash lefties, and I want exposure to that, especially in cash. They're just very safe. Luke Roy for Cubs stack, kind of like it. Let's take a look at this Cubs lineup. Has that lineup dropped officially yet? Let me pull that Cubs lineup up because you guys know I love me some Cubs today. Versus Vargas. Let me pull that lineup up real quick. It is not official, I don't think. It is not official. Yeah, it is. Okay. The lineup for Chicago is Hayward, Castellanos, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Lucroy, Almora, and Happ. The guys that you want to have exposure to in this lineup is Castellanos, Bryant, Baez, and Ian Happ. I know he's batting eighth, but he's been destroying left-handed pitching. Those are the guys who have the most upside. Castellanos, Bryant, Baez, and Happ. Those are the dudes that you want from Chicago. And let's talk about my other favorite teams. On New York, I've talked a bunch about. Absolutely love them. I do trust Vegas line totals today. Means has been solid versus lefties with almost a 28% K rate, but that's not going to matter much because they're only going to be having Gregorius and Tauchman as the lefties on this lineup. He's going to be facing a ton of righties, which he only strikes out 17% of the time. Gives up almost a 50% fly ball. That's just not going to be good, man, for Means. Means is a solid pitcher. He has a good future. I can see him doing big things later on. Once he kind of brushes up on things, he's solid, but not today. LeMahieu, Judge, Urshela, Sanchez, Torres, all in play for me. The main guys I've been landing on the most today is Judge, Sanchez, and Torres because of their prices. Urshela's, over 5K, I believe, or 5K. LeMahieu's also over 5K. So that's why Judge, Sanchez, and Torres are my favorite New York bats. And then let's talk about St. Louis real quick, and then I'm going to come back to your questions. All right, so for St. Louis, Sparkman is bad versus both sides. Predominantly left, but he's bad versus both, so I wouldn't worry too much. If he has a much higher fly ball rate than lefties, gives up more ISO, more WOBA, so you want to prioritize lefties, but he's also bad versus righties, meaning he only strikes out 11% of righties. So he's not good at all, okay? So we want Fowler. We want Edman. We want Goldschmidt. We want Ozuna. We want Carpenter. The main guys that I've been playing most is Fowler, Goldschmidt, and Carpenter. Ozuna is in a great spot, though. He matches righties with a 261 ISO. I can see Ozuna going yard. For sure, and we're going to talk about – I will pull up my home run predictions right now so we can talk about those before we get off the live later on. I'm going to come back to y'all's questions right now. Hold on. Let me pull up my shit real quick. All right, guys. Let me come back to questions real quick. Look at the Nats for me, Cam. Oh, yes, sir. All right. Let's talk about Washington because I've talked about them multiple times too. There are multiple guys on that offense that I'm interested in today. Drop a like down below if you haven't already, by the way. Appreciate you. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Washington because there are guys, we've mentioned them multiple times in this live so far, that we're interested in. All right. They're facing a bad pitcher. First of all, let's look at the pitcher, right? Wood so far has not a huge sample size. He hasn't been pitching too much this season so far. But gives up a 268 ISO to righties, 390 WOBA to righties, only strikes out 15% of righties, gives up over a 40% fly ball rate to righties, over a 55% hard contact rate. Like, you want the righties, okay? And you want the lefties. He strikes out more lefties and gets more ground balls versus lefties, but you mainly want the righties, okay? So Anthony Rendon, Brian Dozier, Yan Gomes, but I'm going Sanchez at catcher, so I'm not going Yan Gomes. So Rendon and Dozier and Kendrick are my favorite Washington bats. I like Turner as well, but I'm going Torres and Baez. I like Baez more than Turner today. So that's why I'm going Rendon and Kendrick and Dozier. Those are my three favorite guys that I like on that Washington team. Brett Anderson has no K upside. Agree. You like Turner from Washington? He's okay, but I prefer Baez. Tauchman, a much better play than Judge. Lefty going against Means, who is very solid versus lefties. I would much prefer Judge. I get it. Look, guys, I get it. You know, the worst thing you can do at playing DFS is be like, oh, this guy has sucked. I'm not going to play him anymore, regardless of his price. At 4-4, don't overthink it. Judge is a great play. In GPP, if you want to get off of him, because he should be popular. He will be and he should be. You can get off of him fine. Go like Aquino. The dude's been raking for Cincinnati. Anything you want to do. But, yeah. Fanduel pitching. Dustin May is my favorite Fanduel pitcher, but with the bat value that we have over there, you should be able to go Boyd if you want to go Boyd as well. Yeah, Aaron, he's hit over 400 versus lefties, but he hasn't been called up very long. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tauchman's a fine play, but Judge is still my guy today. I can't see a way not to have Judge versus lefty. Judge is still hitting value. It's not like he's been putting up zeros and he has the potential to double dong. Exactly. Like, he's still been putting up points. We know he's got double dong potential. Throughout his entire career, he's mashed lefties. So, yeah. Top stacks again. New York, Chicago, and St. Louis. Can you close that door for me, babe? Will Smith or Ramos on DK? Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez, neither of them. Killer Cam, new edition. What's up, man? What up, Cam? Who do you like for late game stacks and what batters? San Diego righties, Machado and them. Tatis. So, yeah. What's up, new edition? What's up, y'all? Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Who is a must-play tonight? Gleyber Torres, I'd say. Gleyber Torres is too cheap. Been mashing the ball, hits lefties well. Torres is damn near a must-play. Who else have I been putting in damn near everything? I've been putting that pitcher Pannone in damn near every lineup I've been building as well, because he's almost bare mid and has probably the best matchup number-wise on the entire slate. So I don't see a reason not to have him. Will Smith or Ramos? You already asked me that, and I said Gary Sanchez. Neither of them. Are you leaving? Fanduel pitchers GPP and hitter stacks. Stack Washington over on Fanduel and pay all the way up for pitcher. In GPP. Goldschmidt at first? Yes. Love Goldschmidt. 4-4 stack on Fanduel. Hold up. Best chance to double dong. Best chance to double dong. The guys who stick out to me to double dong would be like Baez, Judge, Torres, Sanchez. Those guys immediately stick out when you think of double dong potential. Obviously. Rendon. Rendon's in a great matchup. I love Rendon in GPP because I think that he's got tremendous upside and his ownership shouldn't be too crazy. What up, Cam? Justin Howard, what's up? Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Let's get to 100 likes while we're live. Let's do it. Let me watch it. I'm going to watch it right now. Drop a like down below. Everybody who's watching right now, drop a like down below. Let's see it go up quick. How do you feel about Tiger's mini stack in a GPP? That's completely fine. We talked about that earlier. Justin Turner. I have 0 lineups with Justin Turner. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, y'all. Gotta go, Cam. Cool stuff. Appreciate you, Sid. Good luck tonight. Hey, by the way, guys, greenlightdfs.com. If you're new and don't know much about me, that is my website. There you go. So pay for Kershaw GPP FanDuel, Cam. Pay for Kershaw? Kershaw isn't pitching tonight. How much is the membership? Hit up the website. All the shit's on the website. All of our membership options are on the website. We have NFL coming up. Make sure y'all go scoop that up. If y'all want a discount on it, you can always hit my uncle up. Don't think you can't. And we will help you out with payment options and shit like that. Let me give you his thing. We'll do payment options, all types of shit. So hit up my uncle's Twitter. He handles access and stuff, and let him know like if there's anything you can set up for a payment plan and shit, and he'll do it for you. Because we understand not everybody can just pay outright. You know what I'm saying? Cam, how many lines you drop in $15 bucks to 100K? How many lines you drop? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Kershaw was scratched. I'm like, yeah, you're good, bro. Any Phillies since they fired head coach, since they fired hitting coach? I do not believe that the Phillies are going to fire their hitting coach and all of a sudden start killing. Like, I don't think that was the issue. These dudes are professionals. Like, they're not just going to be like, what, hitting coach? You said I need to change my swing? I've been doing this for years. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll suck because of you. No, they're going to do what they got to do. It's not the hitting coach's fault. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty sad they even fired the hitting coach. Come on, man. I got something in my damn eyeball, man. Shit. Anyway, how do you feel about Washington tonight? Yes, so you must be newish. I've talked about Washington multiple times. I like him in GPP. Definitely like him in GPP. My favorite guys are Rendon, Dozier, and Kendrick for the price. I like Turner too, but I'm more on Baez today. I think Baez has double down potential. Love playing him, Bryant, and Castellanos versus lefty. They're all like elite versus lefties. Do you like any players from Washington Nationals? I just answered that. I'm guessing that you typed that before you heard me answering. Sanchez or Judge? Oh, shit. Both. You should be going both. But if I had to choose one, I think Sanchez is going to – I think Judge and Sanchez could hit home runs today. That's a horrible question. That's a hard question to ask. I'm going to say Sanchez. Out of 20 lineups, I have 50% four-man Yankee stacks. Is that too much? Out of 20 lineups, I have 50% four-man stacks. That's fine. Yo, Cam the Man, thanks for the info, bro. Yes, sir. Wisconsin. Which players do you like from Coors? So there aren't many. I haven't been making many lineups with Coors guys today, but let's go ahead and break that down, and I'll talk about the guys that I do have interest in, if any. I've mentioned Jake Lamb multiple times. I do like Lamb in this matchup versus Gray. Plus, he's got good history versus Gray, so that's cool too. Alex Avila crushes in the closet. Alex Avila mashes righty, so you could play him if he ends up catching for Arizona today. I mean, you can play any of these dudes, but Jake Lamb probably I'm chilling. That's who I like because of the price. And then on the Colorado side, Daniel Murphy. Gallen's been so good at keeping the ball like on the ground. He's got a solid K rate, righties, lefties, doesn't give up hard contact. Like, I don't want to pick on. But it's also not a huge sample size. Not like Gallen's been slinging it for years. So I don't know, man. Torres or Dozier on Fanduel? Torres, straight up. Dozier's a better, like, what was, let me see. What was Torres' price over here on Fanduel? Torres is 3.6 on Fanduel? Yes, play Torres over here. I do love Dozier too, though. Fuck, that's close, but I think you should have no problems being able to get Torres in. Do you like any Tigers? Sorry if you've already said it. I like – there's multiple guys. I like Ronnie Rodriguez. He's batting fifth for the Tigers today. He mashes left-handed pitching, so that's kind of where I'd keep it. Urshela or Rendon? GPP, Rendon in GPP. Me and everybody else in the chat seems like Rendon today. I do like Bryant a little bit more, and I do like some of the value at third base, like Matt Carpenter. I love his price, batting sixth. I wish he was batting a little higher, but that's fine. St. Louis prices are way too low, like we've talked about already. Some more GPP-ish stacks, like other than the Nats. Full stacking St. Louis will probably be a little bit GPP. Stacking Chicago might be GPP. I know I'm hyping them up, but it might still be GPP. People could just be like, you know what? You know, a lot of people just say, okay, Yankees and Colorado are the top projected teams on the slate. Vegas lines. I'm just going to stack both of those blindly. You know what I'm saying? Number-wise, I'm leaning towards the Yankees, Cardinals, and Cubs once you break it down and look at the real numbers. Yo, Cam, just got in here. Welcome, Matthew. What's up, brother? What's the best way to stack your team? There's a lot of different options. In GPP, you can get creative with it. You can stack like bottom to top. You could go just middle. You could go just top. In cash games, it's totally fine to kind of go – like they don't have to be in order in cash games, to be honest with you. But in GPP, I would probably keep it in like a little bit of a order. So, I mean, obviously you want to go top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. Not 9. You're not going to want the pitcher, but you get what I'm saying. The bottom to the top or top to the middle, whatever. Dozier and Kendrick on Fanduel. Dozier. It's close, though. I like them both. Any Fanduel locks today? I mentioned a lot of bats that I love on Fanduel today. There's a lot of guys that seem to be just too cheap over here. Like, you got Ronnie Rodriguez, who we've mentioned multiple times for Detroit, who mashes lefties at 2,000. That second base position is loaded on Fanduel. Loaded. Torres, obviously, is my favorite one, so I might have to skip out on all this value. But, God damn, they got so much value at that position. Matt Carpenter is only 2.9. There's awesome bats over here, man. I love how FanDuel has their bats, man. Like, their bats are so cheap. They're always just pretty much giving you your bats. Home run calls. Let's go ahead and do that because we're 30 minutes in. Let's talk about our home run predictions, all right? So, my favorite home run guy of the day. I've mentioned him multiple times. I love this dude to the moon and back. Javier Baez is my dude today. Him and Chris Bryant and Castellanos all have home run potential. I think Baez has double dong potential. And any of the three could double dong. They all mash lefties so much. So Baez, Bryant, and Castellanos could go crazy. Sanchez and Judge from New York, I'm all over that shit. Rhys Hoskins, love him versus a lefty at 4-1. He's a great price today. We've got Anthony Rendon. We mentioned him multiple times. Love my boy Rendon today. Gleyber Torres. Love him as well. Let's see. Who else? Paul Goldschmidt. Love the situation he's in today. Aquino. Got to. I mean, he hits a home run every day. Marcelo Zuna. Love him. I'm going to see if I can find I'm going to mention some other guys, but I want to mention some real cheap guys. Ian Happ, I'm going to call a home run at 4-4. Ian Happ's a little too expensive, in my opinion, to get exposure to, but he definitely has home run potential today. I want to get some, cheap guys. All right. I want to get some cheap guys for you guys. All right. I'm going to call it Chris Davis of Baltimore. He's going to home run off Herman today at 2-8. Chris Davis is a very cheap home run call. Another guy that I really like is Jesus Aguilar. And that's where I'll stop. I mean, those are kind of my main guys. The main people that I've talked to you about. New York guys you want. Chicago guys you want. St. Louis guys you want. Do what you got to do. Flaherty against Kansas. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought up Flaherty. So he's another pitcher that you can definitely get exposure to today. If you decide you don't want to go Boyd and you want to kind of spend more mid-ranges, you know what I'm saying, for Flaherty, then do your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's completely fine. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Let's get to 100 likes. I'm about to roll out in a second. Ask your last-minute questions. And, yeah. We'll finish it up. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Which team should we stack? New York is the top stack of the day, and then Chicago and St. Louis sprinkled in. It would be an optimal lineup for me. That's mainly the way I've been going today. Majority of it. GPP, FanDuel, pitches, favorite in order. FanDuel, pitchers, favorite in order. So May's at the very top because of price. All right, so I got to go May at the very top. He's only 5'8". And then Matt Boyd at 10-4 is my guy. You guys know how I feel about him. Love that dude today. And really, those are the only two dudes I'm interested in. Martin Perez, lefty versus Milwaukee, is interesting because a lot of their power is on the left side. But 6'2", I'd just rather Dustin May. No, Matthew. No, don't show it attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting them talk out of their ass all they want. Like, somebody has nothing better to do. That's why I'm skipping over it. You see they're getting lonely and shit, talking stupid. I missed it, I think, but I need a cheap pitcher that's not going to get smoked. You need a cheap pitcher? Fucking Pannone, bro, or Pannone. That's my guy today, man. A lefty versus the Rangers. Fire that shit up. Super fucking cheap. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. 100 likes. Let's get it. Castellanos or Fowler? Castellanos straight up. Love Fowler though. Love Fowler. Favorite cheap outfielders in the favorite cheap outfielders. Fowler's been kind of the cheapest that I've been going. If you want to go cheaper than Fowler and you're talking like punt cheap, Brinson is only $2K. You can punt him if you want. Lagares, righty lefty against Freed. That's fine at 2-2. There's a few like super punt options like in GPP. If you want to go that route, that's fine. The cheapest I've been going in the outfield is Dexter Fowler, probably. I mean, you got guys like Jesse Winker who are right there as well, who are fun. Ozuna could double down. Ozuna or Bryant? Chris Bryant over Ozuna. Ozuna's right there, though. I'd say probably Ozuna in GPP, Bryant in cash. Ozuna's going to have lower ownership, for sure. Detroit stack for GPP. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Mainly Rodriguez is my favorite bet from Detroit. All right, guys, man. I've had fun as always. I hope I was able to answer all your questions. Let's kill it tonight, man. Greenlightdfs.com. If you've never checked out the site, go ahead and do that. Remember, hit up my uncle on Twitter if you want to get like a payment plan started or whatever for the rest of the season or whatever. We help people all the time when it comes to like being able to pay for packages and shit like that. Like, we're not like assholes. You know what I'm saying? Urshela, Bryant, or Rendon. If I had to put them in order, I'd say Bryant's my favorite due to price. And then Urshela and Rendon. I love all three. It's hard to rate those dudes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com. Drop a dislike if you hate me down below. You know damn well. What's her name? I'm not going to even. What's her name? Angela Duncan. You know damn well she dropped a dislike already. But you know what's funny? It's probably not even an Angela Duncan. It's a provider or another YouTuber fucking pissed off at their lives and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I love you too. Drop a dislike down below. If you hate me, that's cool, man. I love you still. No problem. Follow me on Twitter at Cam_ATL. If y'all don't follow me on Twitter, you need to slap yourself, bro. Slap yourself if you don't follow me on Twitter, bro. All right? I don't post anything interesting. Okay? Like, follow me on Twitter. I don't post anything interesting. I say some stupid shit sometimes. And I'm like a horrible Twitter follow, but you should still follow. Love you, bro. Thanks for all your help. You too, Ray. Appreciate it, bro. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I'll keep rambling on and on. Make sure you go watch the high five video. Drop a like down below, man. Got to support my fellow Cams. Cam, what's up, bro? Cam, got to support our Cams, man. That what's up, bro, that I gave you was the most enthusiastic what's up, bro, that I've given anybody in here today, because I have not had another Cam in here today. I appreciate you for stopping by, bro. I love you, Cam, and we're out of here, bro. I'm out.